chosen one, there is a subtle but profound shift happening in the atmosphere of your life, and it usually begins the moment your head hits the pillow. You might have noticed that your sleep hasn't felt like a simple rest lately. Instead, it feels like a journey or a series of intense encounters that leave you breathless upon waking. You are moving through landscapes that feel more real than the room you wake up in, seeing symbols that linger in your mind for days, and hearing whispers that your soul recognizes, even if your brain cannot quite translate them yet. This isn't just a byproduct of a busy day or a vivid imagination. It is a spiritual activation because heaven does not waste its breath on those who aren't meant to listen. You are being pulled into a divine classroom where the Creator speaks in the language of images and patterns. Bypass the noise of your conscious mind to speak directly to your spirit. Understand that you have been selected to receive these encrypted briefings because you are someone who carries a significant weight of destiny. While most people view their dreams as random static or chemical reactions in the brain, you have begun to realize that there is a distinct architecture to your night visions. You see the same recurring elements: water that behaves strangely, doors that lead to nowhere, or eyes that follow you from the shadows, and you feel an internal nudge telling you that these are not accidents. These are spiritual blueprints and warnings designed specifically for the chosen, ones who are being prepared for a massive breakthrough in the physical realm. If you are reading these words right now, it is your official confirmation that you are currently under divine instruction, and the veil between your world and the spiritual realm has become thin for a very specific purpose. Tonight, we are going to pull back the curtain and decode the 7 specific types of dreams that God is using to speak to you right now. These are not just stories. They are signals that your season is changing and that your spiritual authority is being tested and refined. You must realize that every second you spend leaning into this message is a step toward unlocking a door that has been shut for generations in your lineage. There is a code meant specifically for your next level of success and peace, and missing even one detail of these interpretations could mean delaying the very breakthrough you've been praying for. If your spirit is already vibrating with the truth of this message, I want you to hit the like button and commit yourself to this journey of discovery. Type 777 in the comments to signal your readiness to receive, because when the divine speaks in the dark, the light of your life begins to shine brighter than ever before. Let us begin with the most frequent and powerful symbol, the presence of water. If you have been seeing water in your dreams lately, whether it's a vast ocean, a rushing river, or even a small, stagnant pool, you need to understand that heaven is speaking to you about your emotional and spiritual alignment. Water is the element of the spirit, and the way it appears tells you exactly where you stand in God's current plan. If you find yourself drowning or struggling to stay afloat, this isn't a sign of physical danger, but a spiritual revelation of overwhelming emotions. You are being swallowed by things you haven't yet confessed, or wounds that you've tried to bury under the surface of your daily routine. God is using the image of the depths to show you that you are losing a battle in silence, and He is urgently calling you back to the shore of His grace before the weight of your past pulls you under completely. However, if the water in your dream is crystal clear, calm, and inviting, do not mistake this for mere relaxation. This is a sign of divine synchronization. It means that your spirit is finally flowing in the same direction as the will of the Father, and even if your waking life looks chaotic or uncertain, your soul is anchored in a place of peace that the world cannot touch. But there is a third state of water that many chosen ones experience, the wild, crashing storm where waves rise high and the current pulls you toward the unknown. If you find yourself in the middle of a spiritual tempest, do not be afraid, for you are not in danger, you are in transition. These waves are designed to shake loose the old structures of your life that can no longer support where you are going. God is cleansing you of the attachments that would hinder your progress, baptizing you in a new level of fire and purpose. The way you react to this water in your dream is a direct mirror of how you are reacting to the divine shifts in your waking life. Do you try to fight the current, or do you let it carry you to the destination God has prepared? Most people miss the fact that the dream isn't just a movie playing in their head. It's a question being asked of their soul. Are you willing to trust the one who walks on the waves, or are you still trying to be the captain of a ship that was never yours to sail? The next time you see water, stop asking why it's there and start asking the Lord where He is trying to take you that your fear has previously forbidden you to go. As we move deeper into these revelations, you'll see that while water uncovers the state of your heart, the next symbol reveals the hidden dangers lurking in your environment. Chosen one, when a snake slithers into the garden of your dreams, you must realize that you aren't being haunted by a nightmare, but alerted by a sentinel. The serpent is a master of camouflage and silent movement, and its appearance in your sleep is a coded warning from the spiritual realm about what your mind is refusing to see. Your spirit already suspects that something is wrong. Perhaps a friend whose energy feels off, or a business deal that seems too good to be true. But your logical brain has been making excuses for them. The snake appears to strip away the mask. If you are bitten in the dream, pay close attention to where the venom hit you. A bite on the hand suggests that your work and your calling are under attack by someone's jealousy, while a bite on the foot indicates an attempt to redirect your path or stop you from walking into your destiny. If the snake in your dream was hidden, under your bed, in the tall grass, or behind the back of someone you love, this is a high-level spiritual surveillance briefing. It means you are being watched by a threat that hasn't yet revealed its face in the physical world. Someone you trust may be the very doorway the enemy is using to gain access to your inner circle, and God is letting you see the scales so you aren't caught off guard by the strike. But there is great power in these dreams as well. If you find yourself killing the snake or crushing its head, you have just experienced a victory in the unseen realm. This is a silent deliverance where a battle was won while your body was at rest. God sends these serpent dreams to sharpen your discernment, forcing you to stop believing every kind word and start testing the spirit behind the smile. Some people carry a holy venom, and their prayers for you are actually curses in disguise, fueled by envy of your chosen status. Your dream is the only place where their true nature cannot be hidden by social graces or religious platitudes. When you see the snake, do not panic and do not run. Instead, stand in your spiritual authority and ask the Lord to reveal exactly who in your life is close enough to bite but silent enough to deceive. You are being trained to be as wise as a serpent but as harmless as a dove. Now prepare yourself, because if the snake shows you who is hiding in the shadows, the next dream symbol will show you exactly what doors God is preparing to open for you in this season of acceleration. When a door appears in your dream, you are standing at a literal spiritual threshold where the natural and the supernatural meet. A door represents access, transition, and the legal right to enter a new territory in the spirit. Heaven uses these images to show you that your life is about to shift in a way that your current circumstances cannot predict. However, the state of the door is the most important part of the message. If the door is wide open, don't just celebrate. Realize that this is a test of your courage and obedience. An open door means the season you prayed for is finally available, but it requires you to leave the comfort of the hallway you've been standing in. You are being asked if you have the faith to walk into the very future you begged for when you were in the middle of your darkest trial last year. Conversely, if you find a door that is locked tight, do not let frustration take root in your heart. A locked door in a dream is often a sign of divine preservation rather than rejection. God knows when you are not yet strong enough to carry the weight of what is on the other side, and He locks the door to protect both you and your calling from a premature exposure that would destroy you. Sometimes the silence of a locked door is the loudest "not yet" you will ever receive, and it is a gift of mercy. But if you see a door that is broken or has been forced open, you must go into a state of high spiritual alert. This is a sign of a security breach. indicating that an enemy is trying to sabotage your progress or steal your peace before you even arrive at your destination. God uses these door dreams to recalibrate your internal compass, so you don't waste your energy trying to force your way into rooms that aren't meant for you. Not every open path is a divine one, and not every closed path is a punishment. You must learn to discern the difference between a door God opened and a trap the enemy set. If you find yourself standing in a hallway of endless doors, uncertain of which handle to turn, the dream is telling you that your preparation is more important than your destination right now. You are being asked to develop the faith to wait for the specific click of the right key. Stay with me, because the next dream isn't about an object or a place. It is about something living and breathing that carries the weight of your entire spiritual legacy. Chosen one, when a baby appears in your dream, you are not looking at a symbol of innocence, but a symbol of immense responsibility. This isn't about physical children, it is about a divine seed, a holy deposit that has been placed inside your spirit by the Creator Himself. A baby represents a vision, a business, a ministry, or a transformation that is currently in its most fragile state. If you are holding the baby, it means God has entrusted you with a specific assignment that is destined to shift the atmosphere of your family or your community. However, just because the vision is born doesn't mean it's safe. You are being shown that you must now become a guardian, feeding this new purpose with prayer and protecting it from the Herods of your life who want to destroy anything that threatens their status quo. If the baby in your dream is crying uncontrollably, do not ignore that sound, for it is the voice of your calling begging for your attention. You may have been procrastinating on a specific instruction or doubting your ability to lead, but the Spirit is telling you that the time for delay has ended. The child is hungry for your obedience. Even more urgent is the dream where you find a baby that has been abandoned or forgotten. This is a heartbreaking wake-up call from heaven, suggesting that you have walked away from a spiritual pregnancy because the labor became too difficult. God is showing you that what you left behind is still alive, and if you do not return to nurture it, a piece of your destiny will perish. This is about your legacy and the things you were born to produce in this earth. The enemy isn't afraid of who you were in the past, and he isn't even that concerned with who you are today. He is absolutely terrified of what you are currently carrying. This is why the spiritual warfare around your life has intensified and why your peace has been under such heavy fire. Something powerful is about to emerge from you, and the dream of the baby is heaven's way of telling you to push through the pain of the transition. The next time you see this child in your sleep, ask the Lord for the wisdom to raise what He has birthed in you. Now, we are moving into a realm where the veil becomes even thinner, where the voices of the past attempt to reach into your present, and you must know how to handle these visitors. There are dreams that whisper to us, and then there are dreams that pierce through the very core of our being. When a loved one who has passed away appears to you in the night, you are not just experiencing a random memory or a bout of grief. You are being summoned into a space where the physical and the eternal briefly overlap. This is often a way for God to bypass your logical defenses, using a familiar and trusted face to deliver a message that you would otherwise reject if it came from a stranger. Perhaps they spoke a single word that gave you peace, or perhaps they simply looked at you with an expression that resolved a decades-old question. This is God's way of providing closure or passing on a generational instruction that your bloodline has been waiting for someone to finally understand. However, as a chosen one, you must also be a gatekeeper of your own sleep. You must realize that the enemy is a master of mimicry and can wear the face of someone you love to deliver a lie, a distraction, or a spirit of heaviness. How can you tell the difference between a divine visit and a demonic counterfeit? The answer lies in the atmosphere left behind when you wake up. If the dream leaves you with a sense of deep peace, clarity, or a renewed desire to seek God, then you have been touched by heaven. But if the dream leaves you in a state of confusion, obsessive grief, or paralyzing fear, it was a shadow wearing a memory sent to keep you tethered to the past. You must exercise your spiritual authority to close doors to any spirit that does not bring the peace of Christ. These dreams often signal that a generational battle has reached its final warrior. You are the one who has been chosen to break the cycles that your ancestors could not overcome, and the appearance of those who came before you is a reminder of the great cloud of witnesses, cheering you on. But do not become a seeker of the dead, become a seeker of the truth that sets the living free. You are not a victim of your history, but the author of a new chapter. As we move from these visitations, prepare yourself for the most visceral dream of all, the one that feels like a physical jolt to your system and demands that you re-examine the very ground you stand on. Brace yourself, chosen one, because there is a dream that arrives not with symbols, but with impact, the sensation of falling. We have all had that moment where we are plummeting through the air, only to snap awake with our hearts racing and our bodies shaking. Most people dismiss this as stress, but for the chosen one, the fall is a divine repositioning. When God allows you to fall in a dream, He is showing you that you are currently trying to control things that were never meant to be managed by human strength. You may be white, knuckling a relationship, a career path, or a public image that you have outgrown, and God is letting go of the floor so you can finally learn how to fly. It is an act of mercy to strip away a false foundation before it collapses on you in the physical world. The fall is also a way to destroy the ego and the illusions of stability that we build around ourselves. We often build our identities on titles, bank accounts, or the approval of others. And when these things start to shake, we feel like we are dying. But in the spirit, the fall is actually a reset. It is God's way of showing you that even when everything else disappears, He is still there to catch you. What feels like failure is actually formation. You are being taught that your true identity is not found in where you stand, but in who holds you. If you have been falling in your dreams, it's a sign that you need to stop clinging to the old version of yourself and trust the descent. Because where you land will be on the solid rock of Christ rather than the shifting sands of human effort. Ask yourself what you have been building lately that has pushed God out of the center. The jolt that wakes you up is a wake-up call for your soul to stop trusting in the arm of the flesh. The whisper from heaven in that moment of terror is clear. When everything collapses, I remain. Once you accept that the fall is not your end, you will find that you no longer fear the heights. But there is one final dream state that is perhaps the most intense of all, because it doesn't involve action or symbols. It involves an overwhelming awareness of being watched by the unseen. Chosen one, this final dream doesn't come with monsters or fire. It comes with a heavy, undeniable atmosphere. You find yourself in a room or a landscape where you are completely alone, yet you feel eyes upon you. You are being measured, known, and observed by something that doesn't have a physical form. This is not paranoia. It is spiritual visibility. You have reached a level of anointing where you are no longer invisible to the spirit realm. Both heaven and hell have taken notice of your growth, and the atmosphere of your life has changed. Angels are observing your faithfulness to see if you are ready for more, and the kingdom of darkness is studying your weaknesses to see where they can mount an attack. You are officially on the radar. You are being watched because you have become dangerous to the status quo of the enemy. Your prayers are starting to hit their targets. Your words are starting to carry weight. And your presence in a room is starting to shift the energy of everyone around you. The dream of being watched is a briefing from God, letting you know that you are a key player in a war that most people are still sleeping through. You can no longer afford to live a normal or casual life because you are spiritually lit up like a signal tower. The gaze you feel is the weight of your calling. You are being revealed to the realms that govern this world, and that exposure requires a new level of holiness and a new level of courage. When you feel those invisible eyes, do not shrink back in fear. Stand tall and realize that the attention is a compliment to your progress. It means your time to move, speak, and lead has finally arrived. You have been seen by the Father, and He is pleased with your journey. But as we close this revelation, there is one final truth you must anchor into your heart. or you will miss the entire purpose of why these dreams were given to you in the first place. This conclusion is not just an ending, it is your official activation into a life where sleep is no longer an escape, but a weapon. What you used to call just a dream was actually a heavenly blueprint, an encrypted code designed to prepare you for the days ahead. While the rest of the world is distracted by the noise of the day, you are being trained by the commander of heaven's armies in the quiet of the night. Every symbol we've discussed, the water, the snake, the door, the baby, the visitor, the fall, and the watchman, is a piece of a puzzle that leads to your ultimate destiny. God is not silent. He is simply speaking in a way that requires a chosen spirit to decode. You are no longer a victim of the dark. You are a master of the light that shines within it. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, do not do so with a spirit of routine. Lie down with a sense of prophetic expectation. Declare into the atmosphere of your room, "Lord, speak, for your servant is listening." Let the comments below be a testament to your faith. Type "I am awake" to confirm that you will no longer let these night visions go to waste. Share this message with another chosen one who has been confused by their dreams, because we are a body of believers meant to sharpen one another. This is the moment your nights become as productive as your days. Sleep well, chosen one, for your King is ready to show you the maps to your next victory. Amen.